Hey guys, welcome back. The title of this video is going to be how China beat the USA in AI with DeepSeek. How China beat the USA in AI. Okay, now that's a pretty bold claim, right? That's a very interesting news as of late. But I recently heard a huge news about this. Now, I wasn't aware of it. You know, I don't keep up on all the daily news articles about AI, but I caught a video on CNBC talking about this new product, this new AI model called DeepSeek, and the Chinese built it. All right, a Chinese company built this new AI model that supposedly is better in almost every metric compared to Google Gemini, compared to Anthropic, and compared to OpenAI, their latest models. The Chinese are beating the US now, okay? Now, let's take a little bit of background information about AI and what's going on. If you've been living under a rock and you haven't heard, the United States and China are basically at war with each other over artificial intelligence, if you didn't know that. Okay, the US has put on all these restrictions on NVIDIA and other chip makers to not allow the Chinese to get access to these chips, right? So they're playing with capitalism. The United States government gets involved and they play around with capitalism, okay? Now, I'll tell you what, you don't mess with capitalism, and there's a reason why, okay? The Chinese decided, hey, we're pissed off. We're gonna take you out, all right? They've got a chip on their shoulder, and I've talked about that in previous videos. The Chinese have a chip on their shoulder with us because we've been dogging on them for year over year over year, for decades, right? Now, we have some reason to do so. You know, they've stolen a lot of our technology, right? I'm sure that's true, right? I get all that. You know, we should be pissed off about that. But capitalism did what it did, and we outsourced a ton of our technology to that nation for labor and for capitalism, all right? And now we're trying to turn around and say, oh, you can't have our chips, right? We're going to turn our backs on what we built in your nation, and you can't have our chips. Well, guess what they did? They decided, hey, we're going to do it without your little rules, okay? They took an inferior NVIDIA AI training chip that they had access to, and they made an AI training module better, more efficient, and more accurate than we could. And you know what they did? They did it with like $5 million worth of training. You know how much we've been spending? Billions of dollars on training. And they have a better model than us. Now, I haven't tried this model. I'm going to, because I want to learn more about AI and see how much better it is. Maybe it'll be surprising and interesting. Who knows? All right. But this is what I've been trying to emphasize to you guys. Okay. I talked about this in a previous video. I think I had like, I don't know, maybe it was 2,500 or 25 views on this video where I talked about having a chip on your shoulder, okay? You want to get to a point where you get pissed off, okay? You want to get to a point where you got a chip on your shoulder if you want to be successful. That's what the Chinese did. They were pissed off, and they've been pissed off about it for years, okay? And it's funny too, because Elon Musk gets asked all the time about the Chinese culture, and he says this about them. He says they're really capable, and because, you know what, he gets it. He gets why they're really capable. You know why? Because everyone's been dogging on them for years, okay? And everyone's been dogging on him for years. You know, the astronauts, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, they were like talking crap about Elon Musk and his rocket abilities, right? And so what did he do? He got pissed off and he landed rockets, right? You may hate Elon Musk, but dude, now you get him. Now you understand him. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's had one from day one. Everyone has told him, no, you can't do that. Everyone's been telling the Chinese, no, you can't be a successful nation. Well, guess what? That's what happens when people dog on you. You get pissed off and you get a chip on your shoulder. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Get pissed off and get a chip on your shoulder. If someone tells you you can't be successful or you can't do something, prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. That's what the Chinese are doing with AI. They're proving us wrong. And to be honest, it's our fault. It's our fault as the United States, what we're doing. Our policy on not shipping out those chips has made them hungrier to get the job done, right? It's forced them to come up with a training module or whatever it is they did. No one can explain it, but they figured it out because they were pissed off, okay? It would have probably been better off. Listen to this. It would have been better for us to give them these advanced chips, because guess what they would have done? They might have been lazier about it. They might have been lazy about it because they had these better chips and they would have maybe cut corners and made a more inefficient model. Think about that, right? If you would have given them these chips, they might not have come up with this interesting AI strategy. I don't know what they're doing. Neither do we. None of us do. They're not going to tell us how they built this model using inferior chips. Why would they do that? Right? It's a war. You know, it's a race. It's a race to see who can do, you know, AGI, artificial general intelligence. And so, hey, Silicon Valley people, if you see this video, man, you better get a chip on your shoulder. We all better get a chip on our shoulders because they're here. They're not messing around, all right? People in the government, if you see this video, man, pay attention to what's going on, okay? If you don't know about this DeepSeek AI, you should, okay? And maybe you made a mistake by not giving them the chips because you played with capitalism. You played with it, okay? There's a reason why you should leave capitalism alone. Leave it alone. You're banning TikTok. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't like TikTok. I'm not a fan of it. But honestly, the fact that you banned it might make it worse. It might make it worse. They're going to figure out, someone's going to figure out, and that someone you might not like. And then what are you going to do? You're going to ban another one and ban another one? You see what I'm saying? You don't play with capitalism. It's the dumbest thing on the planet to do. So yeah, China beat the USA in AI. Think about that. You ought to go check out whatever that product is. I'm going to do it. I know it's probably run by a Chinese company. Maybe my data is going through their system, but I want to know what they know, right? I want to see how much better it is so that, you know what, maybe I can get a chip on my shoulder and beat them, right? That's what it's all about, man. When you dog on other people, that's what's going to happen. They're going to work harder than you are at getting the job done. And that's how you become successful. You get a chip on your shoulder, you get pissed off, and you go do the job you need to do. You prove people wrong, right? Tom Brady, he did it in the NFL, got drafted in the 7th round, proved everyone wrong. Elon Musk did it. You know, people called him out, said he couldn't do what he wanted to do. He did it. He got EVs, he got rockets, all that jazz. The Chinese did it. We dogged on them. They built AI better than us. Now, will they keep up? Who knows? We don't know that, right? That answer's up in the air. The same thing happened to me. I had a bunch of programmers at a job, pissed me off because, you know, they claimed I couldn't do the job. And that's what I did. I said, nope, forget you, man. I'll beat you out. I'll go learn all this stuff. No problem. Because I had drive, motivation, and I was pissed off. All right, that's what you need to do. I know this sounds like an angry video, but that's what you need to do. Okay, you want to be successful in this world? Go do what I'm talking about. Go do what the Chinese did to us. They got this AI thing now. It's better than ours. You know, it's going to be it's a competitive world out there. Get used to it. That's capitalism for you. They're going to do it. We got to do it. We got to get fired up again in this nation. Get fired up. Okay. If you guys are good at AI, you should be pissed off that they beat us. Be pissed off and start thinking like they do. Okay. So anyways, I hope this video helps you guys. You know, get some motivation to get off your butt and go do something, okay? Anyways, you guys have a great day, and thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Take a look at my previous video if you could, and I appreciate everyone's time. Thanks. Bye.